So, I found a video. It's called The Biggest Scams in Skateboarding. I'm a skateboarder, so I thought I would put my own thoughts onto it, just see how it turns out. It's kind of like my first reaction video, so we'll see how it goes. I think it should be quite interesting. So, without further ado, let's get into the stolen content, because this is just easy to make.
In this video, I will be exposing to you the biggest scams in skateboarding, telling you how some of your favorite pro skaters are actually misleading you into making them rich, and then divulging into some of the skateboarding products that cannot exactly be considered a scam by definition, but are a complete ripoff considering the cheap.
I saw wax. I don't know what that's about. Do you reckon companies are like selling wax at like higher prices when it's literally just melted down candles? If you've got no money to skate a ledge, not like you need money to skate a ledge, but if you need wax, go to a store and get one like them £1 candles. Like they're a bit crumbly, but it works. You can get bigger candles for like £2-3 or dollars if you're in America, or yen if you're anywhere else. I don't fucking know the currencies, but I'm assuming it's quite cheap for wax. So if they're selling it like quite expensive, obviously, I suppose that's a scam. I see Braille on there as well. What's Braille doing? Are they enforcing stuff? We'll see.
Or even free alternatives. And oh boy, I just know that Big Skate is not gonna like this video and will probably try to silence it in every way they can. So make sure to spread the word by sharing this video with a friend that you skate with, and most importantly remember that I am in no way sad or depressed. I'm a very strong swimmer, and I most certainly would not die in a weird circumstance. So
basically what he's saying is, if he's boycotting these people, the FBI is out to get him. That's jokes actually. Really, for just exposing people? Can it really be that bad? We'll see.
Not taking up any more time, let's just jump right into it. NFTs.
Oh God, watch this be
okay, I would
Houston.
hope that none of you actually fell for this one, and although it's already passed for the most part, I still need to cover it simply because it was undoubtedly the most popular, genuine scam skateboarding has ever seen. And personally, I find it absolutely disgusting how these pro skaters are promoting that to their own audience. As a society, we hit a new low.
I could have guessed it was Nigel Houston. By far, probably one of the richest skateboarders in the world. I don't understand why he needs more money with NFTs. Like, fucking hell, man. It's just one thing after another with Nigel. You can't argue with the fact he's an amazing skateboarder, but, and it's a big butt, like a round, fucking, perfect ass. But he's an ass, and that's what it is. He's just hungry for dollar. That's all it is. He's not exactly a role model, is what I would say. Good skateboarder. I enjoy your video parts. Don't hate me. Actually, to be honest, I couldn't care less.
What's good, guys? Nigel Houston here. Excited to be a partner with Wish You World. Go check it out. They got some sick stuff.
And that is coming from me, somebody who was on top of NFTs way before the mainstream and could have easily done my own drop and cashed out big. I chose not to do it, not because I'm morally higher than anybody else, but because I simply know better than to introduce my audience of new people to a speculative bubble in crypto at a generational top. And at the
I'll be completely honest, I never understood NFTs. I don't know anything about crypto. So, for him to be like, well, I never did it, good on you, man. I still don't know what the fuck it is. Like, I understand it's a way to gain money quick, or it's like an investment thing, but I've got no idea what it is. I'm glad you haven't scammed your audience. So far, we've got Logan Paul, and we've got Nigel Houston. Logan Paul don't skate, but Nigel Houston, get off the NFTs, man, or at least just stop promoting them to kids. It's that simple.
Same time potentially cause some serious legal ramifications for myself in a few years. I literally have not seen a single influencer NFT project that isn't anything other than a blatant cash grab at best, or at worst, straight up investor fraud. Now don't
You know, actually, it raises a good point there, because every single time, and I mean every single time, I've ever seen an influencer promote an NFT, they get shut down for it. In like a week or two's time, end up putting out like an apology for it, being like, I'm so sorry, didn't mean to do it, and try justifying their actions. Like, I've never actually seen a genuine influencer, celebrity, NFT, crypto thing. Like, celebrities and crypto in relation, always bad. I've never seen it turn out good. Never.
get me wrong, I'm not a fan of any three-letter government agencies, but I bet that over the next few years, you will see a lot of those pro skaters and influencers that are promoting NFTs getting audited by the IRS, sued by the SEC, or ending up in prison, as they should be. It will be an absolutely bloody yet beautiful sight to watch unfold before your eyes. But if that day does not come for some reason, do not forget who the ones were that sold out skateboarding culture for a bag that they most certainly knew would hurt their fans in the end. Which is also...
Yeah, that is painful. They've already got it all. Why do you need more? You're obviously gonna have people that are impressionable and look up to you, so they'll see something like that and be like, I want to be a part of that because my favorite someone is a part of that, whether it's skateboarder, influencer, celebrity, whatever. They'll see it and be like, sounds legit. They wouldn't lie to me, would they? Little do you know.
A perfect segue to my next scam. Pro skaters and skateboarding influencers. It doesn't matter if it's Nigel Houston or the Pope, you should never idolize and worship celebrities and public figures. Despite what some of you might believe, these people are not your friends. You might think you know them, but in reality, you don't. You only know the persona they portray themselves as online. And until you meet them in person, you have no idea what they're actually like, and even
I wonder what would happen to me if I got big and everyone was like, oh, he's so cool online, you see me in person. I'm actually just the biggest dickhead you've ever met.
then some people can put up a very good act. So don't go blindly putting your trust into whatever product they're spouting off about on their social media. The sad reality is that skateboarding got commercialized. And like all things in a system where there is monetary gain as an incentive, the people at the top will always have the most to profit. That's why you should always ask yourself, why is this person hyping this? And then follow the money when looking into products. Skateboarding is not like it was in the late 90s or early 2000s. There are a lot of big names out there that are just trying to pay their bills with as little effort as possible. Skateboarding culture be damned. Skate trainers. Oh
Skate trainers.
boy, where do I begin with this flaming hot garbage of a skate?
I'm excited for skate trainers. I've never understood them. I feel like if you're gonna learn to skate, learn to skate. Like skate trainers, you're stationary. It's hard. Getting the momentum to do any trick, it really throws you off. And then when you actually try to do it rolling, your muscle memory is not there because it's different. Like in theory, it sounds good. Learn it stationary before you try it moving. I don't like these.
Products. First things first, they are not directly a scam. They somewhat do what they advertise, and I can even understand why people want to use them. They fear doing something weird and having their board flat from under their feet, leaving them on the ground regretting every decision they've made that led up to this moment. Trust me, as skaters, we have all been there. But there are just so many free alternatives out there that buying a $20 product that will end up in the trash a week later while also reinforcing bad habits is just a massive waste of time and money. First of all, unless you're trying to be an old school freestyle skater, you will never do tricks stationary in skateboarding. Almost every trick is done while in motion. So as soon as you get the basic idea of how to do a trick, you should be practicing it while moving. But if you absolutely insist on learning them stationary first because you're scared of your board flying out from under your feet, that probably means you need to spend more time getting comfortable with just riding. But regardless, here's some free alternatives to do instead of wasting money on those skate trainers. You can practice on grass or carpet. You can find a crack in the sidewalk to place your wheels so they don't move around. But the ultimate secret that skate trainer companies do not want you to know is that you can just tighten the bolts on your wheels. Yes, they will still spin a little bit, but with a lot more friction, which will prevent your skateboard from rugging you like your favorite skater's NFT drop. ABEC ratings. ABEC ratings for bearings.
Oh yeah, ABEC rating doesn't mean shit, especially in skateboarding. Like, you could get an ABEC 3 and it'd still go like an ABEC 12. Build quality you want to look for. It doesn't matter about ABEC.
Are the skateboarding equivalent of snake oil. They don't do anything other than give you a placebo effect. ABEC is used as a rating system for the precision tolerance of bearings. This is important for things such as machine tools, aerospace components, or robotics. But for skateboarding, most manufacturers just claim to have a certain rating, and oftentimes skateboarding companies will blindly believe them. If you want to get high quality skate bearings, just buy Bone Swiss and call it a day. I've heard of those things lasting decades as long as you clean and maintain them. Skateboarding wax. Although
I don't think I could make bearings last that long. I burst bearings so much. It's a problem. I just go through bearings so quick. So for me to get a pair of Swiss, spend like £100 on a pair of bearings or pack of bearings. Like, they might last a little bit longer.
not really a scam by definition, wax marketed to skaters is literally the most overpriced wax that you can buy. If you compare,
wax is ridiculous to me. If you're buying skate wax, why? Just buy a candle, man. Go to the store. If you want to skate a ledge, buy a candle. It's the same thing. It also smells nice. Have you ever skated a ledge and it'd be like, oh wow, cinnamon, it smells like Christmas. In September, it smells like Christmas while you're skating a ledge. How sick is that?
pretty much any other wax, you would think that it's infused with gold. Like, who seriously buys this little piece of wax for $10 and thinks that it's a good deal? Yeah, it might seem cheap, but trust me, those $10 can add up pretty quickly throughout the year. And you are simply paying for the marketing and having a cool design on that wax that at the end of the day will just end up on a curb anyway. The best wax that I've heard skaters mention over and over again is golf wax. You can get a whole pound of it for essentially the same price as a Spitfire wax, which comes in at close to 1/10 the weight. So just to put that into perspective,
Exactly what I was saying. Golf wax, candle wax, ear wax, Lynx body spray. They all work. It makes no sense. Just don't waste your money on stuff like that.
that means that $10 piece of skate wax had to cost less than $1 to produce, package, and ship. That is easily over a 900% markup. Online skateboarding courses. There are a surprising amount of skateboarding courses that you can find online, but I am only targeting the ones that are paid because it is a fact that you can find the same information for free on YouTube.
Skateboarding made simple. He's made people pay for it. Just like, oh, pay for this, I'll teach you how to kickflip. He's uploaded the video anyway. He's got more than one video teaching you how to kickflip, as do so many other YouTubers. Paying for a program, being like, oh, how to kickflip. Just like, I learned from Aaron Kyra because I paid him. I learned from Aaron Kyra because I watched Braille on YouTube for free. I don't get what you're paying for. It's basically YouTube Premium with extra steps. Yes, you don't have adverts. Now you've just got it forever. I wouldn't want a disc teaching me how to kickflip just to watch it a couple of times, learn the trick, and then be like, well, what do I do with it now? When I could just watch a video on YouTube once I've learned it. Why would I go back to it? That's confused me.
I feel like most people that spend money on skateboarding courses do it because they can't land a certain trick and think that the course will give them some kind of secret that people aren't sharing on YouTube. But the truth is that to land the trick, you just need to practice. It's all about building up that muscle memory. The only benefit at all that I see in courses is that they give you a linear path of progression with tricks to learn first before getting into the more advanced stuff. That way, in theory, you develop the right habits early on and don't have to spend hours unlearning something you were doing subconsciously. But sometimes you can still develop bad habits even if you follow a course. In my opinion, the best way to learn new tricks isn't by listening to every word Aaron Cairo says, but instead by having somebody teach you in person, or at the very least, recording your.
That's another thing. I found if you want to learn a trick, skate with people that can do that trick. Like, you will progress so much faster if you skate with people that are better than you. I'm pretty much on the same level as all my friends now. But when I started, one of my best friends to this day was leagues above me. I couldn't kickflip. He taught me. Just skate with people that are better than you. That's literally the best way to progress. Honestly, just practice whenever you can.
On your phone and watching it back in slow motion. That way you can spot the mistakes yourself, or even better, share it somewhere with more knowledgeable people like r/new skaters and r/skater help on Reddit. And that way you can get feedback on what you need to change or improve. There are also a considerable amount of free skateboarding courses that you can find on YouTube. The best ones that I've heard skaters
Yeah, YouTube as well. The best place teaching content.
preach about over and over again is Tony Hawk's Trick Tips. Yes, it is old school, but the methods have not changed. Plus, you are learning from the Birdman, Tony Hawk himself. Buying completes. The reason that I think this one is a scam is because you can build a much better board for slightly more, if not actually less, than most completes, and it will almost always skate better. I feel like this is always the most common first mistake that new skaters make, or to be more specific, the parents of new skaters.
That was me. That's how I learned to skate. I had a full complete Tony Hawk setup from a UK store called Sports Direct. It cost me 30 quid. £30, 30 British pound. I did alright on it. It turned. It had metal truck. However, the deck was ass, the bushings were ass, the wheels were ass, the bearings were ass. The trucks were actually decent. Like, I kept the trucks afterwards and put it on my next setup. When I started getting better, I was like, oh, I understand now. This is why people need good stuff when skateboarding. It really does make a difference.
They just go to Walmart, or in modern days Amazon, type in skateboard, and buy the first one that pops up because it has 4.5 stars with over 1,000 reviews saying how it was a perfect gift for their grandson's birthday. Sorry, Grandma, but you just unknowingly caused months of suffering and trauma for your poor grandson. But don't get me wrong, for an indecisive 8-year-old that cannot decide if they want to be a dinosaur or an Apache helicopter on a Monday, it won't really matter what you buy them because they'll spend most of their time snaking every person in their general vicinity anyway. And chances are they will get bored of it in a week or two and never touch it again. But for somebody over the age of 12 that wants to get into skateboarding, I think it's worth spending a little bit more money building a skateboard with the advice from skaters at your local skate shop. Just tell them your budget and they should be able to set you up with a good skateboard for roughly $100, give or take 20 bucks. And not only will it skate better than almost any complete you can buy, especially the cheap ones, but most importantly, it will last a lot longer, and eventually when the deck snaps or has razor tail sharp enough to shave with, you'll be able to reuse all your old parts and just get a new deck and grip tape, saving you a lot of money in the long run. If you made this far in the video, make sure to share it with somebody, or at least give me some engagement because you
Alright, so my camera died as I was about to film the outro. However, basically what he was saying is, don't fall for the scam. So we had 4 that I counted. We had Aaron Cairo, just don't buy Skateboarding Made Simple. It makes no sense. Just go onto YouTube, watch Tony Hawk, or watch me in the future. We had Nigel Houston, basically just being himself. Classic Nigel Houston, equals scam. You can still watch his video parts, I don't give a shit. Let's be real. Not really he's a separate the art from the artist kind of guy. Skate trainers, just practice on the grass. Save yourself some money. Or find a crack in the floor. That makes sense. Don't buy skate wax because you'd save so much more money if you just went and bought a candle or golf wax. Just makes sense. Save your money. Don't get scammed. Never fall for an NFT or crypto thing from any influencer. You're guaranteed to get scammed. It's ridiculous. With that being said, if you enjoyed it, you should definitely either leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Press that little bell next to the subscribe button so you never miss an upload, because if you do, I'll be sad. With that being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Make it make sense. And peace.